1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Hey, what's up, Vamp? Yeah, I know. Long time no stream, huh? I don't know. But how have you been doing? You doing all right? Yeah, I'm doing all right too. Believe it or not, I actually I don't. I think I picked a weird. Zach, there's no way there's no way you finished it. There's no there's no way you finished it because I'm watching the final video right now myself. Like it just premiered. Like I've been editing this thing nonstop all month, and I literally got done with it maybe 2 hours ago. It took like 30 minutes to render, and all I can say is this: I'm taking a minor break from the next matchup. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer until I'm closer to leaving my second job because, ooh, this was this was something. You don't know who the winner is. You couldn't know what the winner is. The video just started, and if you saw the whole video, you don't know who's gonna win. You couldn't possibly know. Oh no. They know. They know the process. I'm leaving at the end of April, and all of May is going to be dedicated toward another move. So it would be just impossible for me to hold two jobs. So yeah, you skip to the end. Oh, that's not fun. You you skip to the end an hour, 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 4 seconds. And this video's only been up for like 20 minutes. All I know is this: like, man, people better share this. People better share this bastard because I think this is my hour long special. There's no way I got it in me to do another hour long video like this. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the Chimera versus Hellgas, but there is no way in hell I'm gonna make that an hour long. This is the hour special. You're very sick, Jackie boy. You know the funny thing is, I actually got done being sick. I don't know what I had, but I went through two whole boxes of this. Like it felt worse than a usual cold. Like a cold usually lasts like 3 or 4 days. This whatever I had lasted for like 2 weeks. So I hope it's nothing serious. Actually, I was watching it. I was only about 22 minutes in before I had to jump ship here over here to the stream. You can feel free to watch it afterwards, but yeah, I honestly I think the Mass Effect matchup will probably come at sometime at the end of April. Because I will say this thing took up so much time. I feel bad for February for March, not March for February, because I really couldn't really work on anything else. I couldn't do ranking videos, I couldn't do tiers, couldn't do reactions. I didn't even have time to really play anything. Like I had Black Myth Wukong, and I put about 20 hours into it, and I didn't even have time to play that. And it got to the point where I got to this one boss that it was just too frustrating that I ended up quitting the game. And I still have to film a video giving my thoughts on Black Myth Wukong because I think after 20 hours, I have an idea of how I feel about the overall game. So I don't want to put myself in a position where I don't have time to play a lot of things because Assassin's Creed comes out in like 2 weeks, and I definitely want to play that, and I want to review it whenever I can. And heck, I'm getting the collector's edition for that, so I have to do an unboxing for that. So Yeah, working on this video, like it drained. I had no freedom. I couldn't even go to the gym, which I'm upset about. Um, how was Black Myth Wukong? I understand why people liked it so much. I understand why they would have picked it to be their game of the year, and I think it's okay. But I don't feel bad that I ended up quitting it because I mean working on this I just couldn't get enough time to get through it. I think I got to about the end of chapter 3, and then I ran into a boss that it was just too difficult. But it was the kind of difficulty where it was just like, you know what, there's a number of flaws about this game to the point where I don't even care to progress. So I'm not sure if I'll do something where I would score it or can do a proper review. But I played enough of it that I had a good opinion about it. But I do think that a lot of people, if you haven't played it already, I would say give it a try. It wasn't as frustrating as a Souls game as I thought it would be. I'll give it that. I actually did spend a lot of time actually enjoying it. I did a lot of side quests. It had an incredible RPG aspect. It was very expansive. There was a lot of customizations. It just had a number of like major flaws that I was like, if you had taken this out, and improved this, it would have for me been a game that I would probably keep on playing. That's what I'll say right now. I'll do a proper video talking, going more in depth with it. I wonder who has better control, Cora or Jack. I mean, it was said her control was iron. Well, we'll find out when I get time to do research on that. Funny story about Wukong in Journey to the West. He took a whiz on the Buddha. And I read the initiation book for Mass Effect Andromeda. Yep, I did too. Sounds like my thoughts on Final Fantasy once I got halfway through, I just couldn't bring myself to care. No, that I'll say that right now. That's one major flaw about Black Myth Wukong I just couldn't stand. I do not like. There's no story. There's a premise, but the game does not do a good job of actually explaining the story. Like your character doesn't talk, and I was confused. I was like, am I playing a character or am I the monkey? And if I'm the monkey, how come I couldn't customize the look of the monkey? But like, I don't like that my character didn't talk. Like, if you're gonna have a game like that, then you need to build an atmosphere that tells a really good, compelling story. And like, it just got to the point where it was literally just boss fight, walk a little bit, boss fight, walk a little bit, boss fight, talks about something I have no idea what they're talking about, boss fight, walk a little bit, boss fight, do a little exploring, boss fight. I'm just like, is this all it is? There's no puzzles. I mean, even the Jedi games had way more diverse. I mean, just exploring was fun. Going on mounts was fun. This was just like, okay, you don't have a good enough story for me to care. Like, if you have a good story, I'll deal with all your flaws if your story is solid. But like, how they're telling the story just isn't. It wasn't getting to me. Like, I got to the point where like I understand the objective of the game, but like the journey to do it, it's none of it's working. Like characters would just pop in and out, say something I have no idea what they're talking about, and then like I'd move on. Through an antibiotic barrier. Good story, bad presentation. Yes, that's exactly. I don't even know. Here's the thing. I'm not sure if there's a story. There's a difference between having a story and a premise. The premise is that some sort of monkey god got killed. His essence got split in like 5 or 6 different pieces, and you're playing like a new monkey trying to collect them. That is a premise. But in terms of getting to each individual point, there's not a story. It is simply boss fight, walk a little bit, boss fight, walk a little bit, boss fight. That is it. That is not a story. That is a premise. Thoughts on Aquaman 2? I didn't watch Aquaman 2 Comic Gamer. I really didn't. I did not feel the need to watch that. I think yeah. So didn't look any good to me. What do I think about this statement? I talked to the other person who are we. Wait a second, what? I talked to another person who are me fans and they don't like Korra could handle Jack or Liara. Wait, wait, what? Okay, so you talk to a person who are Mass Effect fans and they don't like Korra. Could they handle Jack Liara? Well, Liara already did a breakdown video. I think she could beat her, no question. Jack, I gotta look into that. I gotta look into that. So, Aquaman 1 was okay. I didn't think it was amazing. I mean, it did somehow make $1 billion in the box office. I don't know how the hell it did that, but yeah. Because Korra might be strong, but she's not an actual Asari. She's not. She may not be an actual Asari, but the fact that she fought alongside Asari, and they felt like they couldn't teach her anymore, I think says a lot. Like, imagine being so powerful that they send you to like another group of people that are like as powerful or naturally supposed to be as powerful, and you're holding your own a part of the squad for like several years, and you spend so much time that they just decide, you know what? I think we like you, but we've really taught you everything that we think we can teach you. You can't really go any farther with us, and we think you are a perfect candidate for the Andromeda Initiative, and that's why they asked her. I mean, she felt bad for it, but she eventually understood because her Hunter squad did like her, from what I could tell, and she was not holding that team back. She held her own within that squad, and to be able to be a human operating with a group of Asari Huntresses is really impressive. What's up, Commander Sheen Shepard? How you doing? Who would win Dragon Ball Z versus X-Men? Huh. You know, at first I laughed about that, be like, well, what if they just blow up the Earth? And I was just like, well, I don't know if there's mutants that are that. Well, I mean, even Apocalypse has limits. Like, if you just blow up the planet, you know, is it really much of a fight? You finished Tomb Raider 2013? Yeah, that's an incredible game. Mass Effect? Yeah. Zach, the Emmy kind of threw me off. Thoughts on the canceled Wonder Woman game? I was not even aware there was a Wonder Woman game, and I don't care. Have I watched Wallace and Gromit? No, I've never heard of that. Looking forward to season 2 of X-Men 97, and did you enjoy it? Yes, I enjoyed it a lot, and heck, I'm happy that they're doing a second season. I mean, as crazy as it's hard for me to admit, but X-Men 97, gotta admit, was actually better than the 90s animated show. I was shocked to say that. I did not see that coming. Well, they're thinking because when she realizes more on the practical experience, and Instinct and Core depends too much on her military training and tries to do things exactly as her manual tells her. I'll have to look into that, so that's, I don't know. I gave 3 girls a gift on Valentine's Day. Oh, well, congratulations. Hopefully they gave you a gift back. I didn't really get anything. You bought tickets to Disturbed. You know, I have yet to go to my first music concert, so I'm looking to hopefully do that sometime later this year. But there's only one band I would be interested in going to see live this year. Describe the rise of Tomb Raider in 2 words. Perfect 10. Because it's in my 10 out of 10 clubs. As for Liara, do you think she had longer to train? If she had longer time, then maybe. But you have to remember that Liara spent more of her time as like a scientist than an actual combatant. I mean, she can fight. She can handle her own, but like her knowledge where she's strongest is in a support role. Not being the main person who's doing the offense. Virgil or Wesker? Virgil, easy. Wait, you haven't heard of Wallace and Gromit? Yeah, I've never heard of it. I don't know what that is. That's why you think Asylum is better than... What? Commander Shepard, that question does not connect to your last question, so you're throwing me off. Have I checked out the new song from Disturbed? Yes, I have. That sounds like something you would hear in Doom. I even made a comment saying, why does this song sounds like it would work perfectly for Doom? So I know what I'll be listening when Doom, The Dark Age comes out later this year. What band am I interested into? Believe it or not, 3 Days Grace. I would definitely go to a concert. I mean, now that Linkin Park is dead, I think like, well, what band's gonna take its place? Well, I think 3 Days Grace. I think they'd be a great concert to go to. Got a versus episode. Okay, yeah, no. All the matchups are already set. I don't need any ideas. I recommend you listen to Ordinary by Alex Warren. Disturbed and Doom is a badass mix, yes. Why do I hate Lightning? Because she's a bitch. Who is the bride? This is the bride. I heard Adam is coming back. Oh yeah, I know. That was a big reason that I came back. I was like, oh snap. I mean, I liked Matt. I mean, I think the last two albums were okay, but like they got nothing on like One X and Life Starts Now. Like that's peak 3 days grace for me personally. Idea for X Men versus Dragon Ball crossover? No, no. No, I can't see myself doing that. Okay, wow, I'm actually surprised. 3 comments already. I tell you, if this thing does not get to 1,000, I'll be pissed. I was like, I will generally be pissed if this match video does not get to 1,000 views soon. I will be pissed because this actually trumped my first infamous match, which was a nightmare. But this one was even harder and longer than that match was, and that was like 8 years ago. Been talking to God down lately. No. Thoughts on the Final Fantasy 8 party members? It's a good team. You got Squall, Zell, Irvine, Christus, Sophie, Squall, Christus, Sophie, Irving, Zell, Chrysalis. I think you can use Cypher for a little bit, but that isn't really a real teammate. But I think it's a good team. Hey, what's up, Winter Ghost? How you doing? Do a tier list of more common characters. I feel like I've done something like that. I mean, I guess I could do that, but that's a lot of characters. Like, oh, Commander Shepard. Let me ask you this: what era are we talking about? Are we talking Midway era, or are we talking NetherRealm era? Because you might get two different lists. And how would I judge them? Do I judge them like which characters I would use, or which characters I just overall like? Like that's a tough list to make. How would you describe Sausage Party in 2 words? Awful film. Comic Gamer, you're going on a field trip to Florida. Oh, that sounds fun, even though I've never personally been to Florida myself. Renoa, yes. I'm sorry, I was forgetting. I don't know how I forgot Renoa. I feel bad. How's Vegas going? I still want to move. How's it going? How's my day going? Well, I got my Versus Series matchup uploaded finally after editing it for an entire month straight, so you tell me. If you were on an island with Tomb Raider, would I survive? I would probably let Laura do all the fighting and just stay out of her way. NetherRealm era? Okay, that might be a simpler list. I don't think there's as many characters in the NetherRealm era yet than there were in the Midway. Because if you think about like Mortal Kombat Armageddon's cast, didn't have like 60 to 70 something fighters. Like that was nuts. Renault and Sophie are the last to mention Laguna. Yeah, Laguna and Kirsten Wars. Yeah, those are. Yeah. Did I ever listen to the demo for Faint? Yes, I have. I've heard it before. My favorite Dragon Ball character is Goku. Well, my favorite Dragon Ball character is Vegeta. And heck, I got a bunch of figures of Dragon Ball up there right now, including a Vegeta Steel poster right there on the wall. What's the best gun in Tomb Raider? Believe it or not, I would either fully customize. I would go with either the assault rifle or the bow. To be perfectly fair, like when they're fully customized, I think those are easy my go-to weapons. I mean, Cora would probably have them. Cerberus, yeah, I'm doing better. Thanks for asking. The rifle is yours too, yeah. Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, I know. Vegeta got Super Saiyan 3, and it's here's what I think about like Daima. I think it's in the same sort of category as like GT. It's like now there's three different timelines that have the. It's amazing how people hate the Boost saga, and yet like that's the ending of Z, and it's now split into like three different timelines. You now have the GT timeline, the Daima timeline, and the Super timeline. Because Daima cancels out Super, and GT can't possibly happen before Super. So I think it's funny. Assassin's Creed Shadow looks good. Yeah, it looks good. I've seen plenty of gameplay. Like, screw anyone who wants to play the whole, oh, they're doing like DEI crap. No, this looks good. Like, I've seen gameplay of both characters. I'm excited to play as both. And they even say, heck, you can beat the whole game playing as just a ninja, or you can beat the whole game playing as a samurai. I plan to like spend an equal amount of time playing both characters. There's a lot about both characters that I like. What holds Ratchet and Clank Rift apart from being a 10 out of 10? I just think it could have developed the new characters a little bit more. That's about it. But it's still a great game. It's a 9. And there's already a Ratchet and Clank game that's already in the 10 out of 10. So how do I think Core's going to... Zach, I don't know yet. I don't know. As soon as I start doing research, I'll have a better answer. If I was in a video game or a movie, I'd say just out of danger. Yeah, pretty much. What if Rogue touches Goku? I'm not sure Rogue could touch Goku because Goku's too fast, so I don't know. Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3 is something we saw coming. Yeah, but it seems kind of pointless at this point. It's just like, why would I care about Vegeta going to Super Saiyan 3 when I've already seen him at a much higher level? So I'm like, and like, we're not going to see him extensively use it, so I don't know what was the point. Do a review of Black Myth. I'm not sure I can do a proper review, but I will be sure to do a video giving my thoughts on it after playing it for like 20 hours. Because I ended up quitting the game like right before the end of Chapter 3. Just, yeah. I haven't watched Daima yet. I'm very skeptical. Thoughts on John Cena's heel turn? Well, we finally got it. And I have no doubt he'll get his 17th championship. I'm just curious what they'll do for the next 9 months. I'm curious. Do you think Assassin's Creed Shadow will get good reviews? I hope so. What rating do I think I would give Shadows? Just from what I've seen, it looks like an 8 right now. But heck, again, I don't know. I can't give a proper review of something I've only seen basic gameplay for because I don't know the story. I don't know the extent of the gameplay mechanics. Just from what I've seen, it looks like an 8. But again, it has the potential to be my new favorite Assassin's Creed game of all time, beating Black Flag. It looks like it's possible. What's up? Might sound weird. Had a sad dream about you past. No, I'm good. Thanks for caring. What would you do in Mad Max World? I'd just stay out of trouble. I'm waiting for the dub to come out. Why is Vegeta evil? Vegeta's not evil. Is Black Myth Wukong hard? Yes and no, but it's kind of it's a mixed bag. I think it just depends on what type of games you're into. Did it remind you too much of Souls? Believe it or not, it actually didn't. I thought it would early on, but I ended up putting like 20 plus hours into that. What are my thoughts on Amazon owning James Bond? Well, I guess I don't know. I didn't watch the last James Bond film, so I'm all Bond out right now. I'm saying Rogue with Super Saiyan 3. No, that would look silly. Okay, Zach. Again, I'm telling you that matchup video probably will not come out until April. So all of March, I don't even want to think about that. I just spent an entire month for 4 weeks straight editing a video that has now been out for less than an hour. I'm all versus series out and we just started. I want to take a break because I'm telling you, a number of these matchups are going to be cut down. I do not want to do a long video like that again. Like, I think this season will be a mix of like my standard style and then like my shorter style I was doing in season 5. Where like videos were like like under 20 minutes. I think it'll be a mixture of that. And I already know there's like a number of matchup videos that will definitely be short. Why does the 5 worst games make you so pissed off and you break your stuff? You don't want to know. Do I like Skyrim Vamp? No, I've never played Skyrim. John Wheel heel turn should have happened way so long before. Maybe, but they couldn't do it because he was the top face. I mean, once they had a new face of the company, then they could turn him heel. So, yeah. What if they remake God of War 3? They wouldn't. I doubt it. They don't need to do that. I mean, if they're going to remake that one, what's the point? I mean, I've heard hearing talks that they're working on the sequel, so I think they're more focused on moving forward than wanting to rewrite the past. I thought Vegeta was a bad guy. No, dude, whoa. Vegeta has not been a bad guy for a very, very long time. Like, if we're talking, like, when Dragon Ball Z actually came out, Vegeta hasn't been a bad guy for almost 35 years. Like, the only time he was ever a bad guy was the Saiyan Saga, which was, like, the first season of Dragon Ball Z. And that came out in, like, the 90s in Japan. It came out a little bit later for us, later when they dubbed it. But, like, Vegeta has not been a bad guy. He is definitely a good guy. Will there be a Mass Effect 5? Well, they gave us a teaser for an upcoming Mass Effect game. I don't know if it's 5. Where's 4? I mean, just saying 5. Daniel, what happened to Mass Effect 4? It hasn't come out. Is Deadpool a good guy or a bad guy? He's kind of an anti-hero, I guess. So, I mean, he's a hero, but he kills people, so. What would you do if Tom Cruise came up to... What the hell would Tom Cruise... What the hell is Tom Cruise doing in my house? Get out. Don't you have, like, another movie to make or something? Could Batman work as an anti-hero? I think he could. There's versions of him that are. Is Sub-Zero a bad guy? Some versions have him as a bad guy, and then there's some versions that have him as a good guy. Forza 5 is coming to PlayStation next month. Next comes Halo and Gears. What are my thoughts? Are you sure about this? I don't know. I didn't hear any announcement about that. Okay. Andromeda is not 4. That is it's a separate thing. It's not 4. It has no connections to the Mass Effect trilogy, so it's not 4. It's Andromeda. It's its own thing. You bought Metal Gear Solid 5 yesterday? My God, may God have mercy on your soul. What would you... I'm not even gonna acknowledge that question. I mean, heck, Vamp, you have fun with that. Go ahead. I mean, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you won't. Maybe you'll love it. With 1 hour prep, who would win, Batman and Garrus? Prep time, Batman. I mean, Garrus is basically just a lower level version of Deadshot. So, what would you do? Oh my God, I'm not even gonna acknowledge that question. Can you explain how Sub-Zero is a good guy? Okay. All right. In the original timeline, the Midway timeline, there are 2 Sub-Zeros. The first one was Bihan. He gets killed by Sub-Zero and eventually becomes Newt Cybok. When he is killed, his little brother, Kuai Liang, takes up the mantle of Sub-Zero, and he is the good one. So, Bihan is the evil Sub-Zero. Well, he's not really evil. He's just... does some questionable things. Bihan is the first Sub-Zero who is seemed as evil. Kuai Liang is the second Sub-Zero that you see from Mortal Kombat 2 all the way up to Armageddon. Bihan is only Sub-Zero in the first Mortal Kombat game. So that's the difference. Now they kind of change things with the timeline gets reset, but that's how it works. I bought Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadows of the Tomb Raider a week ago. Well, you have fun with those 2 games because Rise is awesome and I think Shadows is good, but it's definitely the weakest of the 3. But I do not consider it canon. I don't either. Auditions for Henry Cavill, Cameron. Yeah, I've seen those. How dare you bash? I'm not bashing Arkham City. I don't bash Arkham City. It's a great game. I just don't like it as much as Arkham Asylum. Sub-Zero is a complicated character. Indeed he is. It's a great game, very deep mechanics, weird story. Okay, now I know that some people have actually seen it because a number of these questions are, yeah, yeah. Because I don't know, I'm quite happy with how it ends. I'm quite happy with it. What are my expectations on Death Stranding on the beach? My expectation is that the walking element is cut down, and I hope the story is better paced because you really will spend like 65% of that game just walking from point to point, and the story doesn't really get going to the last third. And so, if you're not familiar with Kojima's storytelling, you'd probably quit that game before the story really got going. Like the game will get like I think like there's build up, but like the first third and the second third, it's very slow. Once you understand the point of the chiral network and its purpose and its connection to the Death Stranding, that's when I thought the game was getting good because I'm not doing as much walking. It's a lot of traveling, but it's not so much walking and building the roads and building the chiral network and avoiding BDs and yeah, I just wish that that is kind of cut back so that the story gets started and it's much more balanced much earlier on. But I didn't criticize it too much because it was Kojima's first game outside of Metal Gear. But come Death Stranding 2, I will definitely be a lot more critical. Hey, what's up, Super Gaming? I am going well. I hope you're doing well. Can I whistle faint? No, I can't. That's a hard song to whistle. Do you think Death Stranding will be a 10? No. Unlikely. I'd be shocked if it was, but knowing Kojima, it's very, very questionable. Do you think that Cedric Diggory from Twilight Saga is getting too old to play Batman? Well, he's playing a younger Batman, so I think he's not Cedric Diggory. People forget that Robert Pattinson wasn't Harry Potter. That's funny. People forget that. No, I think he's fine. I just hope to see his version of Bruce Wayne because we didn't get to see it in the Batman. He was just always in Batman mode, even when he wasn't wearing the costume. So I was like, that was one of my biggest criticisms. One thing, one of the things I associate Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory Meter, also CGI animated. Yeah, I know. That was a good era. Do you think Force Unleashed 2 ending on a cliffhanger? It did end on a cliffhanger because we don't know what happened. We don't know how what happened to Starkiller Clone. We don't know what happened to Juno Eclipse. We don't know what happened to Ram Koda. We don't know how Vader escaped. I mean, he obviously has to escape, but we don't know how. Can I whistle in? No, I can't whistle right now. My favorite character in Harry Potter is Remus. My favorite character, Remus is my favorite teacher, but my personal favorite character is Sirius Black. I connect to that guy so hard. And it's funny because Gary Oldman didn't he said that if he'd read the book he would have played it a little bit differently. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal. He was by far my favorite character and out of all 8 films. Without question. He was by far my favorite character. So I don't know what more he could have changed because I thought he was great. Cedric Diggory from Twilight. Female characters in DC that are better than Wonder Woman. All of them. We don't know why they canceled. I think I don't know. I don't know if they canceled. I don't even know if a third game was in production. All I know is that the first game was so successful, they pushed the second game into production very, very quickly. And they wanted a new game out. It was rushed. That's why that game is so short. Like, I think they should have waited, and I think I think that game would have done better because that Force Unleashed 2 is criminally short, It has no business being that short. The first game, even on normal difficulty, will take you about 10 hours on average the first time. First time I played the Force Unleashed 2, and heck, I went to the midnight releasing of that. I beat it in under 4 hours. Like, I picked up the game at the midnight releasing at my GameStop, came home, and by the time I beat it, the sun hadn't even come up yet. And I was like, what the hell is this? Is the movie theater business dying? It might be. It might be. I don't know. Do you think Captain America is a great character? I think it just depends on which comic variation you're reading. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Captain America fan, but you know. Do a top 5 list on the shortest games you've ever played. Shortest games? Does solitaire count? Does chess count? Like, you gotta be specific. You said games. There's a lot of games out there. There are board games. There's card games. There's computer games. There's a lot of games. Story games. The top 10, top 5 shortest story games? That's tough. Because if it's short, then, you know, that might be tough. Console games. I'd have to really think about that. How much time we got? We still got 23 more minutes. Feels like it's going pretty fast. Okay. Ever listen to Metal Gear Rising is short. It it is, but it's not as short as Force Unleashed 2. I would say it's shorter than you would like, but I think its story gets across well, I would say. What's my favorite TV show? Probably South Park. Have I ever listened to Ozzy Osbourne? Uh, a few times, but I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of his. I mean, I recognize a couple of his songs, but that's not it. Hmm. Oh, well, I want to show you guys something. I picked this. This came in the mail for me yesterday. This is a. If any of you guys know what this is, some of you might recognize it. It's a recording box that I can just put my microphone in and hopefully get better audio because it's something I definitely want to improve on. So I think like my voiceovers moving forward will be done with this box. I just need to find a way how to get my microphone in here so I can do some proper recording. But this is, yeah. Hopefully this helps. It's a box. It's a black box. It's a sound box. Think people might not be driving in the future, hence FaceTime, maybe other technology things. Maybe. I mean, heck, I'm still waiting for my land cards. I'm still waiting for teleportation. I'm still waiting for it. Hang on, I gotta go grab stuff. I'll be right back. It'll be like 60 seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I just had to go check something. What's the best Toy Story? There's none. Each of them is equally as good as the other. Especially the first three. Yeah, I'd say the first three is tied for like the perfect trilogy in my opinion. So man, since Asari commandos have swords, do you think Korra trained with using one? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I have to again, Zach. I don't want to. I really don't want to think about versus series. I mean, I'm gonna have to because if I get into a debate with someone in the comment section, I'm gonna have to respond. But like, I don't want to be thinking about that matchup until next month. Can you review all the Toy Story movies? Maybe. Why did they use Freddy Krueger and I don't know. That game also had Kratos in there. Why did they use Kratos? Can't wait to see your Killzone Resistance. Oh yeah, that one's that one's gonna be something. Nope, there's no Toy Story 4. Vamp, you are mistaken. There's only 3 Toy Story movies. They never made a 4th one. They would never be so stupid to make a movie sequel, a pointless movie sequel to a trilogy that had probably one of the greatest endings I've ever seen to any trilogy. So there is no Toy Story 4. I'm hearing rumors. Okay, okay, Commander Shit, you must be on crack because, if I even hear hints of that, someone is going to die. Someone is going to die. I better not even hear rumors or stuff like that. You don't even joke about that game. The Deadpool trilogy has been special. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm not asking about magic. I'm asking in general. Do you think she trained? Maybe. I would say probably yes. That would be a safe bet. I mean, they did use 2010 remake Krueger instead of original. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it was a deal. I mean, I think that movie had come out around that time, so maybe it was a promotional deal or something. Toy Story 4 does not exist. It does not exist. Just like there is no 13th Final Fantasy game. They knew it was a bad idea. They knew that the number 13 was a bad number, and they skipped it. So it goes from 12 to 14. They did the smart thing. You know how like there's not 13 floors in a building? There's no 13th floor. There's no 13th Final Fantasy game. They skipped it. They knew it was a bad idea. It doesn't exist. What would you do if they announced a sequel to A Bug's Life? A sequel to A Bug's Life? I'd feel weird about it because I think it's been way too long. Because I would probably have the same reaction that I had with Incredibles 2. I thought Incredibles 1 had a great ending. I never thought that it needed a sequel, and I saw the sequel and I thought it was just okay, but it wasn't so good that I ever wanted to see it again. I saw the movie once in theaters, and I was like, well, I mean, it's okay, but I never felt like Incredibles needed a sequel, and if they were going to do a sequel, they waited way too long. So that's how I would feel about A Bug's Life. Like, the way it ended, like, where would you go with that story? And I think it's just been way too long. Ever what? Have I... That's a joke question, right? Have I? That's a joke question. What the hell? Have I ever played Death Stranding? How the hell you think I got this? This is from the collector's edition that was like $200. And like when I got this and I picked it up at GameStop, there was like only 2 of us. There was like a long line of people. And so like everyone was walking me like this box. I still have the Death Stranding box. That thing is like so big, it was hard to get in my car. Like I mean, and heck, this thing, it still lights up. Of course, I played Death Stranding. What kind of question is that? Question: would I like hanging out with Korra, or would you rather hang out with Obi-Wan? Oh, definitely Korra. I mean, Kenobi's cool and all, but like he can be kind of boring if he's not being active. Korra, I'd have a great time with Korra, and not even like romantically. I would just like hang out with her. I find her very interesting. I mean, we both are fascinated with Asari culture. I actually recently picked up Final Fantasy 15. Love the road trip. Oh yeah, I like 15 too. I also got the collector's edition for that too. I think that either that might have the record or has the second, or that was currently sent as the second most expensive collector's edition box I've ever gotten. It's either number one or number two. I feel like it might be number two because I think the Dead Space collector's edition was also really expensive. That was like $300, and that came with a helmet. They're making a sequel to. Oh Lord, what did I think of Leon's pistol from Resident Evil 2? I guess it was okay. Looking forward to Halo coming to PlayStation. You know, the funny thing is, I don't think I need it on PlayStation anymore because I'm still. Here's the funny thing: I still haven't even completed all the Halo games on my PC. Like I like. I'm thinking of maybe streaming that one day, just to test out if I can do it. Like I already have all the Halo games on PC, so like I don't need to play them on PlayStation. Have I played Metal? Oh my god, I'm just gonna ignore those type of questions. I've been getting fixated on collecting supplies and building things when it comes to Death Stranding, for example. Does the title Resident Evil Damnation trigger you? No. Why? That's the good one. What are you talking about? Damnation's a good. Damnation's like easily my favorite animated Resident Evil film. Why would that trigger me? It's a great film. Really, I'm surprised. I thought you'd like. No, Obi-Wan's cool, but like, which Obi-Wan Kenobi are we talking about? Are we talking, Jedi Knight Kenobi, Jedi Master Kenobi, Jedi Exo Kenobi, Old Kenobi, like Kit Kenobi? Like, which one are we talking about? There's only one Korra, so that makes it easy. Have I? Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. I saw that Konami is starting to make anime based on their games, and yeah. Main villain of Chronicle. Oh damn, I haven't heard that name in a long time. I guess he was okay. Went a little crazy by the end, and got speared, but PlayStation fan with Xbox controller. Well, that was the only way I could play Halo on my PC, and I did own an Xbox at one point. What in the world of Doom? Played Sunset Overdrive? No, I have not. Because it has World Damnation. Well, just because it has World Damnation doesn't make it bad. Obi-Wan Kenobi during the Clone Wars? I think he's a little occupied. I think he'd be a little occupied with a lot of things to hang out with him. Resident Evil Vendetta is also pretty good. Yeah, I think so. I don't really acknowledge the Resident Evil CGI films, although I do like Degeneration and Damnation as guilty pleasures. No, dude, no. I don't think you should view them as guilty pleasures. I think Damnation is a genuinely good animated film. I think it is. I think it handles Leon excellently. And I like that. I mean, heck, seeing how you handle the Lickers and the Lickers fighting like the Tyrant, I had never seen that before, so I thought that was cool. I don't view that as a guilty pleasure at all. I think it's a good CGI movie. There are good CGI movies out there. Have I played the original Doom games? Yes, I have. However, I have yet to play Doom 3. I really want to play Doom 3. I think it's out on PlayStation 4, but I gotta get around to get to it. Master Kenobi, I think Master Kenobi's busy. Mario game in the 10 out of 10? Yes, Mario 64 is a 10 out of 10 game. Hey Brian, I was fighting Leviathan. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh my god, was that a nightmare. Have I played it? And if I have, my thoughts. It was a great DLC. That final boss was a bitch though. That was a bitch. That took me like an hour to beat that thing. So I will say this: that kind of canceled the whole argument that the game was piss ass easy, because that was my only main criticism with Final Fantasy 16 was that game was piss ass easy. Even the final boss was easy. Like even some of these like I was fighting like a lot of bosses that were like several levels above me, and I was still able to beat them. Like I hardly ever. I think I lost like maybe once, but oh my god, Leviathan. Ooh, that was one difficult fight. That was frustrating. Do I like BB-8? Yeah, he's cool. I just wish G Generation looked a lot better. Yeah, I guess. What would you do in the world of Doom? I would stay out of the demon world. Leon was like a robot mostly in G Generation. Yeah, I agree. I enjoy the Omega fight. Omega fight was challenging. I didn't lose to the Omega fight, but that was like the proper. It wasn't easy. It wasn't too hard. It was a challenging fight, and I liked it. But yeah, Omega fight was great. I mean, Core would probably wouldn't be as very emotional. Would be very emotional and wait, what? I mean, Core probably wouldn't be very emotional. Her in Kenobi, I don't quite understand. Vendetta is the best looking. Yes, I agree. Which comic or graphic novel do I have? I don't know. I got like one Batman one, a couple Power Rangers one. I don't have too many comics or graphic novels as they call them. And how much time do we have? We got like 8 more minutes, so. And I remember I just got paid. What the? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I guess that. Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Well, unexpected, but okay. I'm fine. Yeah, I was born in 2005. Well, I was born in 1990. That makes me an old man. One of the great things about Andor was no fan service. I agree. No, didn't need it. The Resident Evil movies make no sense like the games. Depends on which movies. I think the first one is fine. Second one is fine. But past that, they don't make any sense. I'll defend the first two. I'll defend the first one strong. I'll defend the first two. I mean, I'll defend the first one the most. Second one has some high moments, but there's a lot of stupidness in there. And there's like one line in that movie that like pissed me the F off. I was like, oh, come on. Like, really? You have to have her say that? That's just disrespectful. Even without the DLC, Final Fantasy 16. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Even without the DLC. Yeah. Yeah. Final Fantasy 16 is a top 5 Final Fantasy game. Without question. I think number 4 for me, maybe. Like, obviously 10 would be 1. 7 would be 3. 7 would be 2. 6 would be 3. I feel comfortable giving 16 the number 4 spot ahead of 8. So that's how my top 5 would. It would be 10, 7, 6, 16, and then 8. And it would have knocked out 15. 15 is now 6. The first 2 live action and the first 3, yes, I agree. I agree with that statement, Van. I agree. I think CGI. I think there are more good CGI movies, and the first 2 live action ones. I love Batman Forever. I do too. And heck, I even have one of my 4 Batman Forever cups right here. A lot of people don't remember these. I used to think these were bigger. I still have these that I've had. I had them a long time. Still love it. And that movie's like half the reason. Is like 50% of the reason the color green's my favorite color. And that made me a Batman fan. So heck, I stand by that. I hope no hope. I have no hope for a Zelda movie. I don't know. I don't know if they're still doing that. Last time you said 16 was better than 6. I did. You might be right. You might be right. Because when I think about it, I was like, a problem with 6 is that there's just too many characters. So, yeah, you know, now that I think about it, yeah, 16 might be 3. 16 might take the 3 spot. So it'll be 7, so it'll be 10, 7, 16, 6, and then 8. Knocking out 15. You might be right. I had to think about that. My top 5 is different. Yours, let's see, 6, 12. Ren, you poor man. You poor man. Remember Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze, heck, dude. Heck, Batman and Robin is a great drinking game. And if it wasn't for Batman and Robin, we never would have gotten the Nolan trilogy. I will never hate Batman and Robin for that. 15 is all right. Is the Final Fantasy timeline the most? There is no timeline. There is no Final Fantasy timeline. Each game has its own individual timeline. There is no connecting timeline. Here's a line from one of the worst movies I watched. I think it's funny. I want 50 of the best men wheel guns, freaking X-Wings, Millennium Falcons, even Chewbacca, if you can get a hold of them. I'm not familiar with that line. I think Joel Schumer's Batman movies for goofy comic movies. I think so. There, believe it or not, there's a number of serious tones in the Batman Forever. At least Batman Forever. There's a lot of serious tones, elements there. Batman and Robin, it just goes full comic book cartoon. That's the I didn't watch Fast 9. I stopped after 7. I have not seen a Fast movie since 7. So I don't know what 8, 9, 10. I don't know. Apparently they went into space. I don't know when the hell that happened, but that's just stupid. I was like, when are we going to time travel? Like, they need to bring in the DeLorean. They need to bring in the Transformers or something. Are they still trying to do like a Transformers G.I. Joe movie still? Because I didn't see the last Transformers movie, and I heard that's what they were doing. Everything, all things must go to space. Oh boy. Force lightning's pretty. Assassin's Creed in space. Maybe. Maybe one day. Makes me imagine what other movies and other villain actors played them with outfits. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, that'll do it for this episode, for this week's live stream. We'll be sure to do another one next week, and I'll be sure to have a mystery game. If I still had Black Myth Wukong, that would be a mystery game today, but I don't have that anymore, so. And I still want to work on a bunch of other videos, so that's pretty much what I'll be doing for like the next number of days. But again, I want to thank you guys for coming back. Hopefully you guys check out my first series matchup, because it was nuts to edit. And like always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next week.